Hey there, my name is John Suscovich and I raise chickens in Western Connecticut, and I love every second of it. Well, most seconds of it. And as I've been doing it for a number of years now, I have started a series where I answer your questions here on YouTube. And today we're going to answer Corey's question. Corey actually has a sales question. He's selling a lot of birds wholesale right now, and he would like to increase his retail sales to capture that retail dollar, and he's looking for some advice on there. Without knowing much more about Corey's business model, I want to give some thoughts on retail versus wholesale, some things to consider, and some things that I have done in the past to increase my sales on a week-to-week basis during the season. Question in from farmmarketingsolutions.com from Corey W. Hey John, I'm selling a fair number of birds retail now, but the majority of the birds are still going wholesale. What can we do to increase the number of birds I sell retail, thus putting a couple more dollars in our pocket? Do I have to put in the time at the farmer's market, or are there other alternatives? Thanks. Corey, without knowing much more about your farm, I can just give you general advice and the case study of what I have done here on the farm. So wholesale versus retail, one of the things you want to consider when you're making that comparison and you're pricing out your products, no matter what it is on farm, is the time you spend trying to and actually capturing that retail dollar and the money that you have to invest in that. So say that right now I wholesale my birds for $5 a pound, I retail at $6. I know I get a lot of YouTube comments on the fact that that's high, but you should see the cost of living in my area, and that's the prices that it costs me to raise a chicken at about a 30% margin, which is what I need to then buy back into the business, or put that money back into the business. When you go to a farmer's market, you have the time to set up, you have the truck and the travel time, you have any ice or things that you need to bring with you, you need the marketing materials. Sometimes there is a farmer's market fee. If it rains, your sales can really slump. If you don't have a good farmer's market, that can be really down, and then you're spending a lot of time trying to capture a retail dollar. You are selling birds at retail value, but you've invested more in them to get that larger amount of money versus a wholesale account where you'll sell to a restaurant 10, 20, 30, 50 chickens a week consistently week to week, or sell them to a grocery store. Having a couple wholesale accounts that you put in that energy up front to get that relationship and establish yourself there, and then all you have to do is deliver product, and you can go through and hit 5 wholesale accounts, 10 wholesale accounts with deliveries in the time it takes you to stand at one farmer's market. Now, in order to figure out if that's going to work for you is seeing how many wholesale accounts you get, how much time you're going to spend developing the relationship with the chef or the store owner, what price point you're going to be able to get and how often they're going to want how much quantity, versus what you think you can sell or you can sell at a farmer's market. Where the farmer's market I had in the past, I had my CSA pick up there as well, so I'd guarantee would move product on a week to week, and I got that money up front, and that would make my stand look more busy and more people would come over, and I would sell more chickens because I was selling essentially between wholesale and retail and as the CSA, and then I would sell extra birds to the CSA members and then other customers who would come up at full retail value now that I was at that farmer's market. Now, if it was a rainy week, I would sell half a dozen birds, and that was super depressing. And if it was a nice sunny week, I would clear several $1,000s in one day. Anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 was a pretty decent market day. And that was that one day. And I had my CSA, I had the on-site farm store, and then I had a few small wholesale accounts. The wholesale accounts were easy. They send me a note, I pack up the chickens, I bring them to whatever store, drop them off, and then we're good to go. I don't have to stand at the market. I don't have to have the energy to put on the John Show and try to sell you a chicken. Let me tell you how this chicken tastes actually like chicken. And there's an energy involved in packing up, running, selling at the farmer's market, and then packing up and then decompressing once you get home. Plus you have to get all your chores done before you leave, and yeah, it can be tough. So in the discussion of retail versus wholesale, do a true cost accounting of what you're putting into all those accounts. Find what's not most profitable in terms of gross dollars, like gross retail dollars versus gross wholesale dollars, but what's most profitable in net energy and net income at the end of the day. Where those wholesale restaurants, if you're good at talking to chefs and you get a whole bunch of wholesale accounts, you're made in the shade and there's less time you have to spend selling your birds. You're getting less money per bird, but you have more time to do other projects. Versus retail, if you have a killer farmer's market and you're in Union Square in New York City and all your chickens fly at $10 a pound, then good for you, that's amazing. You still have to pay the market fee and get in and balance all of your stuff. But when you are looking where to increase your business, you have to really dial down how much time, energy, people power you're going to spend on each area selling each item. I hope that helps out. The thing that's been great for me is owning a brewery. We have a brewery where people come from all over to taste the beer. We have a freezer in our little farm store area, and then people just sign out or buy their meat at the bar where they're buying beers. They just bring the frozen meat up, and it's been very passive for me. It's not a huge income driver right now. But it's been a way for me to move product, but I can't recommend that everybody start a brewery because it is a lot of work and it's very expensive and it takes a while to get where we are right now. So some food for thought. If this is going to definitely bring up some follow-up questions from people, you can go to farmmarketingsolutions.com and then at the bottom of the page there's an Ask Me Anything form. You can ask me your question and I will answer it with a video like this. Also, you can keep the conversation going in the comments below in this video. Ducking out of frame for a second just to get my sheet of paper. These are my questions for this week. Chuck's got a question about keeping baby chicks inside the chicken tractor, and we're going to change the camera angle. I'm going to shoot that right now. Subscribe to the channel to see that, and until next time, I will see you out in the field. Oh, I almost forgot. If you would like to increase the money that you're making from chickens, if you want some help marketing your grass-fed chicken and eggs and where to start, how to continue, where you're going to get the most value for your dollar, your investment, you can pick up your copy of the Pasture Poultry Packet #2. It's a book I wrote because I got a lot of these questions over the years. So I've compiled those questions, I've compiled case studies, I've compiled things that I have used throughout the last half a decade or more and put them in this book for you to use and further your knowledge and sell more chicken and eggs. So you can get that at farmmarketingsolutions.com/store, but I plugged that book a whole bunch in recent videos, so that's about it for this right now. We're going to end the video and peace.